The world is veiled in darkness. The wind stops, the sea is wild, and the earth begins to rot. The people wait, their only hope a prophecy. When the world is in darkness, 4 warriors will come. After a long journey, 4 young warriors arrive, each holding an orb. Welcome to my first Let's Play covering Final Fantasy on the NES. Now if you follow my channel for a while, you're probably wondering, wait a minute, haven't I done like 20 of these already? And, well, actually yes I have. But the first of those Let's Plays was indeed this game. This is a rerun of that Let's Play. To make a long story short, I looked back at all the stuff I did over the past couple years, and of all the Let's Plays I did, this was the one I certainly wasn't the most fond of, mainly because I didn't really produce that the way I should have. I didn't give it the justice it deserved, especially for a game that really hits close to home as, if I remember it right, the first game I ever actually played. So I'm mainly doing this Let's Play to do it right for myself, and give it a little more attention, since at the time I didn't even have 100 subscribers. So that's really the main focuses as to why I'm doing this. So, we're going to go ahead and go on with it. Now, at the start, there's New Game and Continue. If you don't have a save file, mainly due to it erasing its battery backup, it'll just simply hit as if it's New Game anyway. But the respawn rate can be triggered by pressing left or right, from 1 to 8. 1 is a freaking snail's pace, while 8 is rapid fire. Personally, I'm going to put it around 4, because I think that'll be fine for the Let's Play. Typically, I put it around 6 when I'm playing by myself, but that's not going to work out too well, since there's not really much of a balance with respawn rate. So I'm going to try 4, and if it doesn't seem to be working out as I run this, I'll just change it for the next episode. Anyway, New Game. And there's 4 classes: the Fighter, Thief, Black Belt, Red Mage, in addition to the White and Black Mage being selectable. Now, when it comes to Final Fantasy compared to the rest of this series, only the original version of 3 is similar in the sense of they didn't really have canon names. The DS version of 3 did give some canon names, and it's been kind of that way ever since. This one's a little more open, and there's not really some sort of official canon, though back in 2012 there was some sort of official novelization by the name of Memory of Heroes. Put simply, this was a retelling of the first 3 games, and is perhaps most known for having some sort of canon Final Fantasy I party and names, and that's going to be the reference I use here. That group was a Fighter, Thief, White Mage, and Black Mage. And that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to do nothing and just hit A on Fighter, and here we go. Now, there was an official English version of Memory of Heroes, which finally showed up around August 2020, and the Japanese name for the fighter was Zest, whereas the English name was Cetro. The NES has a 4-character limit, and Zest is 4 characters, so that will be the name. I'm going to go ahead and just do that, and there we go, simple stuff. Don't have to change anything for the Thief, and we're going to go ahead and name him. The Japanese name he had was Salber, whereas the English was Zulb. Both are 6 characters, which poses a bit of a problem here. If I was playing a later version of this game, it may have been a different story, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going for the original NES version. So, he's going to have to be the odd man out, and I'm actually going to give him the name Edge, after a certain character in Final Fantasy IV, as well as an off-color one, in the sense of my personal favorite game, Panzer Dragoon Saga, whose main character's name is also named Edge. So, works out. Go ahead and go to the White Mage, since that's the 3rd character of that group, whereas her Japanese name is Flo, and English is Flora. Flo is 4 characters, so that's her name. So, there we go. And finally, the Black Mage. The Japanese name was Daewoo, and English is Teal. Teal is 4 characters, and that will become the name. Of course, you could always name him like Vivi, because Final Fantasy IX has a great basis of him, but, well, that is the group. As close as I could get to the Memory of Heroes party, but, it is what it is. I'm all ready. Let's go ahead and hit A, and we're just instantly landing here without any clue of how we got here in the first place. Let's go in. So we got 400 gil to start things off. There's the inn. We actually need to start off with heading to the weapon shop since, well, that's the closest place here. Okay, so we got these 5 weapons. We're going to start things off with 2 rapiers for both Zest and Edge. So go ahead and do that. There we go. As for Flo, she can use the wooden staff for iron hammer. I'm going to stick with the staff here. I think that'll be fine. As for Teal, he can use the small dagger or the wooden staff. I mean, they're the same. I'm just going to go ahead and run the knife. Even though technically you should be using the staff, but whatever. That's that. Moving on to the armor shop, in which case, cloth, wooden, and chain. Chain is Zest exclusive, so give him that. The wooden goes to Edge, and the others get cloth, since that's really all they can use. Wooden armor, though? Really? I'm pretty sure it got changed to leather later, but still, wooden armor. What a joke. Alright, before I do anything else, run to weapon, hit equip, and give every one of those ease. All good. Armor, the exact same thing. Ease everywhere. No stupidity. Alright. With that, let's move on to, well, you're blocking that. I guess we'll go to black magic first. With Teal, fire, sleep, lock, and lit. You're pretty much forced to fire, lightning, and sleep, because lock always misses. It does not work the way it should, and because it doesn't work, I've always done fire, lightning, and sleep. Starting with fire first, since it has more use over the entire game. So, that's the first spell. Black magic-wise, anyway. As for the white mage, you've got Cure, Harm, Fog, and Ruse. I typically go Cure first, and, well, it's nice to have anyway. And that's really it. 20 gold to spare, and if you're playing a later version of the game, you'll actually have a guard just blocking you, and you automatically go to Canary Castle. That's not necessary here. What I'm simply going to do is just head on up ahead, and we're going to go ahead and fight a few monsters. Just kind of ease ourselves in, and our first encounter is a preemptive strike against 5 imps. This should be easy. Apparently not to the mages, but, well, at least they can take care of business. Simple stuff overall. I mean, they're nothing crazy. And that works out. So yeah, I'll just keep pushing on a little farther. I don't really want to go too deep into this, mainly because I just really want to get bearings in and all that stuff before I really properly get rolling. So, I'll just roll on as I should. And if I level up, I do, but I just want to run some fights for a few minutes, and of course use the inn later to save the game properly, and then we'll really get rolling with the next episode. This is just a pilot episode. In all honesty, it's the hardest one to make, because you want to try to make a good intro, and if you screw up, oh, gotta redo it all. Yeah, for me, the first episode's always the hardest. Once things actually get rolling, things get much smoother after that. So I'll roll around here. Let's see, we got Wolf. Okay, not too hard. Though it's only one of them, which is a bit of a disappointment. Then again, they do kind of hit hard against the mages, even at this point. So, maybe that was for the best after all. And if I run around here, hopefully I don't get anything too stupid. Triple imp. Again, nothing crazy. I figure I'll go on for another, like, 5 minutes or something, then I'll just make my way back to Canaria, rest of the inn, and save the game, and let it work out. Again, it's mainly pilot stuff, just to kind of hook everybody in. Now, of course, I actually have been inside the Chaos Shrine and taken it over at level 1, but I'm not going to be doing that, because I really just don't want to run the risk of going full stupid immediately. And speaking of that, ouch. I'm gonna be a little conservative, and I am actually gonna run fire here. The first magic spells! And that worked out kinda nicely, honestly, with Flo going first. Blast! For 26. Ouch. Okay, that kinda hurt. A little rougher than I was really hoping, but at least I pulled through. Though I've only got one spell. I mean, I'll still use it on Teal. Zest really doesn't take much damage with that chain armor. I just got a critical hit and that messed me up. It happens. He'll pull through, no problem. Oh. Well, that might be... I could probably take this, as long as things don't get bad. I will need to use fire, though. Yeah, 2 damage. And it's one of the harder hitting enemies in the area to begin with. And if I'm lucky... Yep. 2 really good hits from Zest and Edge. Actually made that worthwhile. And there's a level up! Sweet! So everybody gets the level up, all's good. Wow, 46? That's it? Sheesh. That's a pretty low one. Well, in any case, we'll just make our way down. All that's left is probably going to be another imp encounter. Yeah, 4 imps, big deal. I mean, what are they going to do? Just poke me? Then again, I am just kind of poking them and still not managing to one-shot them unless it's Zest or Edge. Well, in any case, I'll go ahead and just roll on up here. And 14 minutes. Yeah, that's fine for a video. I'll just get slowly a bit longer to around my normal lengths over the next couple episodes, but until then, yep, save the game, rest it up, and all is good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video here. If you're interested in seeing this whole Let's Play, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and hopefully you'll enjoy the ride. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.